What's going on, guys? It's your boy Mr. Woz, and in today's video I'll be testing another moneymaker from the OSRS Wiki, and this time it's making pineapple pizzas. Now I'm going to go through as many of these moneymakers as I can, and I'll try and make as much profit as possible, and I'll switch things up depending on what you guys want me to do in the comment section below. Now before I get into this method, let's see if we can smash 40 likes on this video. I know you guys can do it. And as most of you guys know, I want to do a 100ml giveaway when I eventually hit 3,000 subscribers, and all you have to do to enter is like the video, comment with your RSN and subscribe to my channel, and I'll pick a name out at random and one of you lucky people will be 100ml richer. I also made a community post last week about a potential money maker, which was 1 hour of Jewellerina. Now this poll has been updated and it was still very close, and you guys have only just saved me from doing 1 hour of staking, as 51% of the votes went to do something else and 49% of the votes you guys wanted me to do some staking, so I did get away with this one. Now, making pineapple pizzas was released on the 15th of August 2002 and is still a very good moneymaker to this day, and is also very good XP per hour at maximum efficiency. So according to the OSRS Wiki, you can make around 377k and 500 GP profit per hour, which is really nice considering there's little to no effort when doing this method. Also, it does depend on how fast you are, and that determines on your GP per hour. You can also gain up to 112.5k cooking XP per hour, which is really good too. And as most of you guys know, the prices do change pretty much every day, so sometimes it's not 100% accurate at all times. The wiki mentions that you should use 2,500 plain pizzas and 2,500 pineapple rings, which only cost around 1.3 mil. This is more of a medium tiered moneymaker, as you need a fairly high cooking requirement, and also you need a minimum of 1.3 mil to make this moneymaker worth doing. Now for the requirements, you will need 65 cooking, which is the level to make pineapple pizzas. It is a fairly high requirement but fairly easy to get to as well, so it won't take you too long. For the recommended items, you will need GP as I mentioned before, and you will need to spend 1.3 mil to make that 312k GP profit per hour. Now what I like about this method is that it's somewhat AFK, taking around 17 seconds per inventory, which is not too bad, and of course you're making a nice amount of profit doing this method as well. Another reason why I like this method is that you gain a nice amount of XP doing this, getting 45 XP per pizza made, and as you can see I'm getting a steady 100k plus XP per hour without 100% concentrating. If you make these pizzas as fast as possible, then you can gain up to 110 to 115k XP per hour. Now what makes this method profitable is that you can sell the pineapple pizzas in the Grand Exchange for around 654 GP each, which is 151 GP profit per pizza made, which is really good as they do sell at mid price, as I've checked this out myself. Sometimes you can sell for a little bit higher depending on the demand. Now this pizza is the highest healing food out of all the other pizzas, which heals a total of 22 hit points, which is 11 hit points per bite. You can actually eat the whole pizza super fast, which is compared to eating a shark and a carambuan as combo food, for example. Now you can use pineapple chunks to make the pineapple pizzas instead of using the rings, but you won't be making much GP as you will be losing around 80 GP each pizza made, so I'd advise you to use the pineapple rings instead. Now I wouldn't recommend doing this method to night 9 cooking, as 1, there is much faster methods, and 2, as you only get 45 XP per pizza made, you will have to make 280,000 pizzas from level 65 cooking to 99, which will take forever. Now there is some tips and tricks as usual that will help you do this method efficiently, and this will help you make the most amount of GP and XP per hour. So the first tip is very important, and that is to sort out your shift click settings. So normally when you hold shift then hover over an item, it would say drop item, but with shift click settings you can change this, so when you hold shift you can actually left click on use, which is what you need to combine the pineapple rings on the plain pizza or vice versa to start creating the pineapple pizza, if that makes sense. And once you have done this, you can right click on the inventory icon to save the settings, and you can change this setting at any time after you've finished your methods. The next tip is to help with your speed, and that is to use bank filters. Now I know I've done this on a few of my recent videos, but this is going to help you out with this method. So all you need to do is enter the bank, click on the wrench icon in the top right, and then at the bottom just click on all where bank filters are, Once you've done that, click the wrench icon again and your bank will be filled with filters. And as you can see, I have my plain pizzas and pineapple rings next to each other, so it's easier to take the items out to make the pizzas, and that will increase my GP rates and XP rates per hour. Now, I made a community post recently about some more moneymakers I'll be testing, but it will be free to play only, as I'm sure that'd be handy for new players out there to gain some nice GP as well as XP per hour. These moneymakers won't be as good as members moneymakers, but you can still make a nice amount of GP spending minimal in supplies. Okay, so I'm almost at the hour mark now, and if I can give one downside to this method, it would be the moneymaker itself. It's not the greatest GP per hour compared to other money making methods, but it's still good if you want to make fast GP as well as XP per hour. And of course, the more GP you have, the more you can move on to higher tiered money makers, which requires more GP, but you will gain more profit as well. And I will do a high tier money maker very soon for you guys. Okay, so that is the end of the hour now, guys, so let's price check all the pineapple pizzas that I have created within that hour and see how much profit I have made. Okay, so here is all the pineapple pizzas I made within 1 hour, and I managed to make 2,419, so fairly close to what the wiki mentions. I did accidentally eat 2 pineapple rings as well, and I will minus that from the overall loot. So let's price check this, and I've made 1 mil, 582k and 26 GP, not too bad at all. Now let's minus the supplies which I used, and that was 2,417 pineapple rings and 2,419 plain pizzas, which comes to 1 mil, 216k and 757 GP. So my total profit comes to 365k and 269 GP profit, so fairly pleased with that. And I also gained 109 cooking XP within the hour as well, which is not too bad at all. Now I know 365k isn't a lot of GP, but as I said before, grand exchange prices do change every day, and only a few days ago you could have made an extra 150k, but it all depends on the demand. Now let's go back to the OSRS Wiki, and it mentions you can make 377k and 500 GP profit per hour, making 2,500 pineapple pizzas. I was really close to making the exact amount than what the wiki requires, so I lost out on around 11k GP. I also lost out on around 3k cooking XP within an hour as well. So a very accurate moneymaker and a profitable one as well, with hardly any effort whatsoever. Now these moneymakers are really underrated, as people don't really try them out, and people may think the GP per hour is really bad, but as you have seen on this video and my most recent videos, you can make a nice amount of profit spending minimal in supplies and requiring no effort whatsoever, especially with this moneymaker. So that is the end of the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, smash that like button, comment below and let me know what you think about this moneymaker, and of course subscribe to the channel if you are new for more old school RuneScape money making videos. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.